Hi, it's Kevin Lebates here, and today I thought I'd talk a bit about asymmetric key cryptography again through the use of an analogy to try and explain how private and public keys work. So the analogy I'm going to use, of course, is gin, because that's the theme of the year. And you can imagine that your private key is like a recipe for a particular gin made by a particular distillery, and your public key is actually the bottle of gin that anybody can taste and say, yes, that's the gin from that distillery. And when you are signing something with your private key, it's the equivalent of putting your particular brand and flavor of gin into a drink like tonic or Russian or orange juice or something like that, and then people can check that you indeed have, as it were, signed a particular cocktail, because they can taste in the cocktail the fact that it contains your particular gin. But what people can't do is take your gin and work out what exactly the recipe is. It's got a distinct flavor that shows that it's yours, but it's not copyable because the recipe, your private key, is secret and only you have that recipe. And this is where the risk of your private key being compromised comes in. Namely, if somebody manages to guess your recipe, which is like guessing your private key in cryptography, then they too can go and distill up a batch of the particular kind of gin that you've made, and now they can pass off cocktails as being yours instead of somebody else's. So I hope that analogy makes sense to you. The key point, excuse the pun, is that your private key is only known by you, and it's the recipe whereby your public key is derived, and the public key can be put out there because nobody else knows how to copy your particular product, because you have to have the recipe in order to get it just right. So that's an analogy between public key cryptography and gin, of all things. I hope it helped explain a little bit more about what's going on in asymmetric key cryptography, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.